The biggest surprise to me in the Kentucky Derby was how the race unfolded.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
I was surprised how quickly Bodemeister went early on in the race.
Never did I imagine Bodemeister was going to get a clear lead in that race.
I was also very surprised that he got beat. There were about 3 or 4 strides as they turned for home where he looked like a clear-cut winner.
And Creative Course, I saw him being much closer to the pace in the Kentucky Derby. Why was he 12 lengths back?
I was also very surprised in the Kentucky Derby by the wide trip. Looks like he got the worst of it as far as the 20-horse field.
I don't expect Bodemeister to have a huge lead in the early stages of the Preakness. I think he'll have a comfortable lead, maybe about 2 lengths at the most at any of the early stages.
I actually don't think Bodemeister will be as far in front as many people think. Yes, he's fast, but many of the trainers in the Preakness don't want to let this horse get away. I give him 3 or 4 lengths lead at first call, at most.
Bodemeister will lead the Preakness 2 lengths down the backside because I'll have another. He's going to be latched onto him this time.
I think 2 horses will feel the effects of the Kentucky Derby. Bodemeister for Bob Baffert and Optimizer for Dwayne Lucas. Both have had 5 races this year and very taxing efforts at that.
Sorry, Christina, it's Creative Course. He flew back to California after the Kentucky Derby and then flew back to Pimlico for the Preakness. Too many frequent flyer miles for me.
There is no doubt in my mind the horse that is going to be most affected by coming back in just 2 weeks after the Kentucky Derby is Bodemeister, that is making his 3rd start in 35 days. Bodemeister is going to tire badly down the stretch because of the quick turnaround.
The horse to use if you're playing exactas, trifectas, superfectas is Cosetti on the outside. He's a huge price. He skipped the Derby. That's going to be my dark horse.
The horse that presents the greatest value in the Preakness is Daddy Knows Best. Everybody loved this horse going into Kentucky. He was training well, threw in a clunker, but I think he's one that can rebound.
I'm going to do what 99% of the TVG viewers do each and every day. Agree with Christina Olivares. Christina, you're right. The best long shot in the Preakness is absolutely Daddy Knows Best. His race was so bad in the Derby, it can't be believed. I think you throw it out, look at his other spring form, and give him a realistic chance to be a price horse in the Preakness.
I'll Have Another has to run his own race if he's going to win the Preakness. I think if Mario Gutierrez focuses too much on beating Bodemeister, he'll take them both out of their games.
I'll Have Another has to not let Bodemeister open up by 4 lengths down the backside in the Preakness. He needs to be close to him to win this race.
I'll Have Another just has to maintain his form to win the Preakness. I don't see any horse moving way up going into the Preakness.
I think I'll Have Another will win the Preakness. He's only had 1 bad race in his entire career. He's improving just as rapidly as Bodemeister is. He may not be as flashy, but I think he's just as talented.
Don't overthink the Preakness. There's only 3 horses that can win. I'll Have Another, Bodemeister, and Went the Day Well. You have to look back at history. In the last 28 runnings of the Preakness, only 3 horses that didn't run in the Derby ended up winning the Preakness. This year, I'm going to go with Bodemeister. I think he leads him gate to wire.
I hope I'll Have Another wins the Preakness and has the chance to become the first Triple Crown winner since 1978. Although I should say, if he does get in that position, I'll be picking against him in the Belmont. But for now, that's the inside track for the Preakness.